Assalamualaikum. My name is Lea Sabrina Alyssa binti Orin Alvin. My metric number is BN24110088. So today I will be talking about a topic that may seem simple on the surface, but actually quite complex when we look deeper, which is emotional eating. Just like it's stated on the screen, today we'll be exploring and understanding emotional eating through psychology. So, before we get deeper into this topic, we have to really understand what exactly is emotional eating. So, emotional eating is when someone eat not because they are physically hungry, but it's just a way for their body to respond to certain emotions. Either it can be positive or negative, but in most cases, it's mostly negative, like stressed, bored, and sadness. So we call this as a coping mechanism. And over time, it can lead to negative impacts to these individuals, where these individuals may experience weight gain and poor emotional health. So, since it's called as emotional eating, means a response, an eating response towards emotions, it's often done unconsciously. Now, why does this matter? So, according to the National Health and Morbidity Survey 2023, the depression rates in Malaysia have nearly doubled from 2.3% in 2019 to 4.6% in 2023, while the obesity has increased by 9.9% over the past decade since 2011, which is a huge number. So, while not all obesity is associated with emotional eating, it's important to understand the link between physical health and mental health, especially in today's society where both mental health and physical health are public concern. So 2019 here is the proof where I
to
got this info
4.6% in
from.
2023.
And this shows that this topic
While the
is
mental health
very important to be
to
discussed.
4.6% in
Emotional eating may seem simple at first, but it has deeper psychological roots. The first one is what we call as early maladaptive schemas, is when a person negative beliefs form during childhood due to emotional neglect or strict parenting. So, for example, they grow up believe that they have to be perfect in order to be loved. So this lead them to develop unhealthy coping habit as an adult. And then second is what we call as emotional dysregulations. So this is when people cannot manage their emotion well. So instead of expressing how they feel, they turn food into as a short term of relief. The third one is alexithymia, is uh, this refers to difficulty in recognizing or expressing emotions. So people with alexithymia might have a hard time to may feel emotional discomfort where they think it's hunger means they cannot differentiate between the hunger feeling and real emotional feeling. So this will lead them to unnecessary eating. If emotional eating uh, isn't addressed, it may evolve into this one eating disorder called binge eating disorder or BED. This is when someone eat large amounts of food in short of time. Moreover, it can also create emotional eating can also create a cycle where it starts with someone might feel emotional like stress, bored, anger, or sadness, and then it will lead them to find food as a comfort, and the food that they eat will actually make them feel better temporarily. And then after they eat the food, they might feel guilty and regret for eating too much food, and then it will cause them to feel emotional distress again, which causing a repeated cycle that is hard to break. If so, how do we break the cycle? The emotional eating cycle. So the most effective solution is to address the emotional causes, not just the eating behavior itself. So the first one, as you can see in the slide, is the schema therapy. This is a therapy that helps individuals to heal from the negative beliefs formed in childhood by revisiting and reframing painful past experiences. Second one is the cognitive behavioral therapy or CBT. CBT teaches people how to challenge those negative thoughts that they have and replace them with healthier ones. While also maybe not maybe they also provide some healthier coping mechanism strategies like journaling and problem solving. The third one is mindful eating. So mindful eating it teaches people to pause and reflect before eating, helping them to differentiate between physical hunger and emotional eating. So this means that it helps people to think or to think if they actually feel hungry or is it just their emotions. Besides therapy, lifestyle changes can also help in managing this emotional eating behavior. For the first one is get a good quality of sleep. So get a when I say get a good quality of sleep, it means that you get enough of sleep. For example, adults need 7 to 8 hours per day. So we have to get that good amount of sleep or the right amount of sleep according to our body needs and age. Because when someone is lack of sleep, it can affect the emotional control and increases the cravings. Second is journaling. Journaling allows individuals to express and process emotions safely. Third one is physical activity like yoga or jogging. It can help in regulate emotions and reduce stress, also supporting the overall emotional health. Many people think that emotional eating can be solved by dieting, but that's actually not true because the real root cause of emotional eating itself is the emotions. So, by dieting, it does not actually address the emotional needs behind the behavior. So, emotional eating is not about a lack of willpower, it's about unmet emotional needs and automatic patterns. So, that's why combining psychological support with lifestyle changes is essential for long term improvement. In conclusion, emotional eating is not just about food, but also a complex behavior connected to emotional struggles and past experiences. So, if left unmanaged, it can develop into unhealthy eating habits, like I mentioned before, it's a binge eating disorder, which can affect both physical and mental health or well being. So, the good news is that emotional eating can be overcome and managed by therapy, mindful eating, better sleep, regular exercise, and journaling. So these strategies are all the effective strategies to help individuals that can help individuals to develop healthier coping mechanism. So most importantly, emotional eating should be seen with compassion, not as a weakness, but as a sign that emotional needs are not being met. So by addressing both psychological and lifestyle factors, all people can move towards a healthier and more meaningful life. Thank you.